The CPC on-demand team are a team of procurement consultants who are all remotely based across the UK. The team all have great experience in tendering for a range of requirements, from cleaning services to audit services to building works.
The on-demand team don't have to use a set route to market. However, one of the most frequently used and one of the quickest routes to market while still ensuring compliance is the CPC Building Cleaning Services Framework. The framework has 16 lots covering the whole of the UK and includes a range of pre-vetted, suitable suppliers that can meet your cleaning needs.
Contact the on-demand team for an initial discussion on your requirements, and we will be able to give you a support proposal for our support with that tender. An initial meeting will then be arranged to discuss your requirements. The on-demand consultancy team will then provide you with a tailored proposal based on your specific contract requirements, proposing a suitable route to market. Please let us know if you have any questions, and if you're happy to proceed, we will ask you to sign and return the terms of engagement, which will provide you with the reassurance that the on-demand team will fulfil all requirements of the proposal.
A dedicated consultant will then be assigned to your project and they'll be your primary point of contact throughout the tender process. The first action for the consultant will be to send you an initial email which will introduce themselves and provide you with a few documents. The email will also include a cleaning questionnaire, which is a simple document which we ask you to complete, requesting details on your specific requirements for each site included within the contract. We'll also request for site plans and square meterage details. The more information and detailed breakdown you have available here, the better, to assist suppliers in ensuring their proposals are as accurate as possible. We'll also request any TUPE information available. We'll also send you a copy of the contract, also known as the call-off terms and conditions, for your review and approval. We'll also give you a copy of the template SLAs, which will be provided for your review and approval. Again, these can be tweaked prior to publishing the tender documents. And finally, award criteria. This is a set of questions which will be used to evaluate suppliers' written bids. The award criteria will also highlight any suggested presentation questions if these are included as part of your tender process. The questions and weightings can be amended to reflect the areas most important to your contract. We'll also include a copy of the specification, which includes an output-based specification, and send this through to you for your review and approval.
The document development stage will commence once you have returned and completed the cleaning questionnaire, and this has been returned to your consultant. The consultant will use this information to develop a bespoke specification of your requirements. Once drafted, the tender documents will be sent to you for review and approval, together with any remaining clarifications your consultant may have.
Prior to publication, the documents go through a rigorous internal compliance checking process. Once this process is complete, the consultant will obtain your final approval to make sure you're happy with the documents before we publish them to suppliers.
The clarification stage will take place during the tender live period, where the consultant will manage any clarification questions received from suppliers on your requirements. Please note, the consultant won't have all of the information to respond to all clarifications, and they will require your input to respond to any questions that are specific to your requirements.
Presentations don't have to be included within the evaluation process. Following the tender deadline, the consultant will open the received supply responses and inform you of how many bids have been received and from who. At this point, the consultant will be able to factor in any internal requirements you may have, such as witnessing of opening documents, for example. Once complete, the evaluation goes through a final internal compliance check. The consultant will provide you with a pre-presentation report, if presentations are included, outlining the short list of suppliers to present, the agenda and timings for the day, presentation questions and weightings. We recommend setting a whole day aside for presentations just in case there are a high number of presenting suppliers and to ensure sufficient time for all suppliers to fully present their responses.
The standstill period will commence once we have your written approval you're happy to go ahead with the successful supplier. Following this, the consultant will begin the standstill period, informing suppliers of the tender outcome and providing full feedback on their submissions. The standstill period is a 10-day period to allow suppliers to query the procurement process, outcome, or request any further feedback they may require. Whilst the standstill period isn't mandatory when calling off from a framework, we do encourage this is included and followed wherever possible to demonstrate procurement best practice. To find out more on the support the on-demand team can provide, please contact us at our email address, which is consultancy@thecpc.ac.uk, or please phone through to our help desk team and they will put you through to one of the procurement managers for an informal discussion on how we might be able to support with your tender requirements.
The team are focused on offering a responsive, low-cost professional tender support service to clients who need professional expertise to support them through a complex tender process. We can manage your procurement needs for you so you can focus on educating.